So sidekicks are usually my favorite character in a movie, and I've always wondered, which sidekicks would I want as my sidekick? So that's what today's tier list is all about. So I've compiled a list of almost every single Disney feature animated film sidekick. And I say almost because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell who's a sidekick and who's not. Like, obviously a character like Flounder is totally a sidekick. But what about Maui from Moana? He's kind of like a secondary main character. And is he a sidekick? I don't know. That one could go either way. But before we get into this tier list, I want to make it clear I'm not ranking these characters based on how much I like them. I'm ranking them based on how much I would want them as my sidekick. So I have 5 different tiers we're going to put them in. Top one is yes, on my team. Without hesitation, we would make a perfect match and it'd be amazing. Number 2 is sure, that's cool. There might be a few issues, but I think it could work. Third one is okay, I guess. I see a lot of problems, but still some pros. Fourth tier is I don't think this is going to work. Fourth tier is no, it's just not going to happen. So let's jump in. All right, starting off with Abu. I see some pros. He'd be so much fun to have around. He could go run up and grab things that are too high for me to reach. There's definitely some good stuff there, but I have a feeling he's going to get me into a lot of trouble. And that's one of the things I do not want in a sidekick. Like, a little bit of trouble I can work with, but I just want to hang out, have a good time, and just live a chill life. I don't need a whole cave of wonders falling in on my head. I don't know. I do think if you talked with Abu, he would lay off on some of the troublemaking. So I could see him going, and sure, that's cool. The alley cats from the Aristocats. I know this is not the best picture, but you try finding a picture with all of them that work in this little square. So these cats are really cool. I do love their music. Their jazz is awesome, but they can take it a bit too far. I mean, they kind of brought that whole house down. I feel like they'd be playing at midnight, and I'd be like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. And I'm also allergic to cats. So that part sure doesn't work out great. So I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. I could see it working, but I'd rather not have to take medication just to hang out with my sidekicks. Archimedes is so much fun in the movie, but I think he's fun because all he does is mess with Merlin, and I feel like if he was my sidekick, all he would do is mess with me, and I kind of don't need that in my life. I could maybe see it working. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. Maybe he'll lay off. Bagheera. Now, a lot of people would say Bagheera is a stick in the mud, and I think he could lighten up and have a lot of fun just as long as we're following rules. And I'm very much a rule follower. I don't want to make trouble, so I think we get along just fine. Except I'm worried about the cat allergy, though. I don't know if cat allergy applies to leopards. Next, we have Big Mama from Fox and the Hound. That is an automatic yes on my team. I love Big Mama. She'd be nothing but kind and supportive, and she'd share her words of wisdom. I'm here for it. Yes, Big Mama. So this one is the Big Hero 6 team minus Hero because he's the protagonist, and Baymax because he has his own square. So yeah, this is everybody else. Go-Go, Honey Lemon, Fred, and Wasabi. And I gotta put them in okay, I guess. Their superpowers do help them a lot, and they would be very helpful. But the characters as a whole, I don't know if I want to hang out with them a lot. I kind of want them to help me with the superpower thing and say, okay, bye, and then not deal with them anymore. Buck from Home on the Range, hard nope. Hard nope. I do not like Buck. The whole movie, he's just being narcissistic and mean, and I don't want him around. No. The Cheshire Cat is interesting. I love the Cheshire Cat, but I also don't know how well I can trust him. He kind of seems like he's always out with his own motives, and I don't always trust he'd be on my side. So you're going into a All right, now we have the trio from Chicken Little. And I will say this, even though I don't like Chicken Little, they are the least bad part of the movie. I will say that. I like these 3 more than anybody else in the movie. But I still don't love them. I'm gonna go, But hey, at least I didn't get a hard nope. Cyril Proudbottom from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. This dude is gonna get us into all kinds of trouble, and that is not what I need. He seems fun, but you're going in the I don't know if I want to deal with you, bro. Fluter from the Black Cauldron, I could see that working, but I also think he might be a bit more of a stick in the mud than, say, someone like Bagheera. So even if we are following the rules, I feel like he'd still be anxious about something. So I'm like, I don't know. Just go here. Dawson from The Great Mouse Detective. He's so supportive. He's smart. He's kind. He's resourceful. You're on my team. You're on my team, bro. He's so warm and inviting and always cares about other people. Yes. You're on my team. Diablo. That's gonna be a no from me. I mean, I would love to have a bird to, like, go get stuff for me. But also at the same time, he seems really happy doing all the evil stuff with Maleficent, and I don't know if I want to deal with that, so no. So this is supposed to be all of the Atlantis crew. minus Rourke because he's the villain. But this is like, yeah, Dr. Sweet, Mole, Vinny, Audrey, all them. And you know what? They were actually a lot of fun. I really could see us having a good time, except for maybe Mole. He'd get annoying, but I think everyone else would balance out Mole, especially Vinny. I love Vinny. So you know what? You're going and sure, that's cool. I could see that working. I could really see that working. And I wish you guys got more screen time. Y'all were by far the most entertaining and best part of the movie. So these are supposed to be all of the dogs in the gang minus Dodger, because you see Dodger has his own spot. So this is like, yeah, Rita, Einstein, Frank, Tito. And they are a lot of fun. And I do really like them. And I love dogs. Let's make that real. But I feel like they kind of get into trouble, but less trouble than other characters. So I feel like as long as they had everything they needed, they wouldn't be getting into trouble at all. So I'm going to go with sure, that's cool. I could really see that working out. Dodger, I feel like even if we had anything, he'd still go try to find some trouble. And you're a cool character and I love him. I love him more than the other dogs, but I don't know if I could deal with all that trouble he'd get us into. So you're an okay, I guess. If you could tone back the trouble, we're good. Donald. I love Donald to death, but I could not deal with that temper. I could not. So you're an A. Dr. Doppler from Treasure Planet. He's an interesting case because on one hand, he is a bit of a stick in the mud, kind of like some other characters, but he's willing to throw down his entire life savings for this one great journey and this one great time, and he's so much fun. You know what? You're on my team, Doppler. You're on my team. I like you. So this one is supposed to be the trio of dinosaurs from Dinosaur. Baleen, Ema, and Earl. First of all, I love dinosaurs. Who wouldn't want to have dinosaurs as their sidekick? Especially Baleen being a sauropod, and sauropods are like my favorite dinosaurs. Earl would get annoying real quick, but I think Ema and Baleen would have some pretty good wisdom to share. So you know what? They're going in, sure, that's cool. So here's another one of those things where I said it's kind of hard to pick a sidekick. In Encanto, could you say the entire family is like one big sidekick? That's kind of where I was going with it. So yeah, this is the entire Madrigal family minus Mirabel because she's a protagonist, and I'd also say Abuela because I feel like she's a secondary protagonist. If it's before the movie where they all have their toxic perfectionism, heck no, I don't need toxic perfectionism. But if it's afterwards where they fix that, they can be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of cool stuff they can do. So they're going in, sure, that's cool. And as long as they deal with that, they can go in, sure, that's cool. Fidget from The Great Mouse Detective. Fidget is fun, but oh, he would get in so much trouble because I think he really enjoys working with Ratigan, even though he's scared of him. But, I mean, look at that smile in the picture just there. He's all like, I got the tools, I got the gears. So you're going in, all right, and this picture is for just everybody in Meet the Robinsons who's not a protagonist. The entire family, and I know there's some hardcore Meet the Robinsons fans out in the world, and I'm not a hater of it, but when we were going through the house, I was exhausted. I'm just like, there's too much happening right now. Everyone needs to chill. It's going to go into okay, I guess, because they have really good hearts, but there's just too much going on. Dinky and Boomer from Fox and the Hound, I feel like they wouldn't even really be my sidekicks. I feel like they're off kind of doing their own thing, and they wouldn't be paying any attention to what's going on with the main story. I'm going to go with I feel like they're too preoccupied with what they're doing to actually be like a good sidekick. You know what I mean? Chief, and as much as I love dogs, I feel like he's just too stuck in his ways and can't change that we'd be butting heads a lot. So I'm going to go with But he doesn't go into nope because he's a dog, because I'd still love having a dog around, even if they are trouble. Frank from Rescuers Down Under. I don't care what anybody says. Frank was like one of my favorite parts of that movie. Frank is 100% on my team. Would he get a little annoying sometimes? Yes. But his antics are just so much fun. I have to have him on my team. Friar Tuck. Yes. On my team. No hesitation. This Badger Man is awesome. He would be 100% by my side all the time. We'd be serving the Lord together. We'll be fighting injustice together. It'll be awesome. It's so good. I love it. I love Friar Tuck. Frou Frou from the Aristocats. She's fine. Like, she's not a bad character by any means, but I also don't really feel a lot for her. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. I can totally see it working, and hey, who wouldn't mind having a horse around? The Gargoyles from Hunchback. They're my least favorite part of Hunchback, but I don't think they're bad characters in and of themselves. But I do think their bickering could get a little old, and yeah, anytime I have a problem, it's not gonna be them coming just to help support. It's gonna be, oh, we're going to help support by making a giant musical number out of it. And I'm like, I don't think I need you guys to do a full-on musical number about how I don't have a girlfriend. So let's go in the, I'm going to put him in okay, I guess. Goofy. He is my favorite of the Sensational Six or Fab Five or whatever you want to call it. But the reason I love watching him is because he is clumsy, makes a million mistakes, and doesn't really always follow what the conversation is. And it's funny when it's happening to other people. I don't know if it'd be funny if it was happening to me. So I'm going to go with okay, I guess, because I don't know how that would, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Gurgi from the Black Cauldron, that voice would get annoying. But also, I feel like he'd get into a lot of trouble. But maybe if you just kept him fed, he wouldn't go after so much trouble. He does have a good heart. I'm gonna go with Hey Hey is kind of tricky because he is really funny, but it's because he's being stupid and annoying everybody, which is funny to see it happen to somebody else, but not you. So I'm gonna go on him as well. Pain and Panic. Just saying those names, I'm like, I have enough stress and anxiety in my own life that I don't need two characters who are going to constantly be reminders of pain and panic. So no, as much as I love the characters in the movie, I would not want them as my sidekick. No. Horace and Jasper, you kidnap puppies. There is no redemption from that. No. Jake from Rescuers Down Under. I could see this working. Since I went on my safari last year, I found out I love wilderness excursions like that, and I think Jake could be a really good guide. So I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. I can see that working. Jiminy Cricket. I mean, what can I say? It's Jiminy Cricket. Of course he's on my team. He's gonna help me stay on the straight and narrow path, but also he's witty and sarcastic, and it's fun. Joanna, I feel like she's gonna get in all the trouble, and she's gonna steal every egg I have. No. Jacques and Trusty, they're cool, but I also don't know if I want to hear everybody's business in the neighborhood. I'd rather talk with them and let them tell me about old days gone by, or whatever old reliable used to say. I'd be cool with that. So you're going in okay, I guess. Jose Carioca. He's a cool character. I don't really have anything against him, but there's also nothing he does that make me go, yes, I want to hang out with you. I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. I don't have any reason to put him any lower. Jumba and Pleakley, if it's at the beginning of the movie, no, I don't want them on my team. But at the end where they kind of become like uncles for Lilo and Stitch and Nani, they're actually really cool there, and I love their dynamic, and they're a lot of fun. So if it's that, sure, that's cool. They can be on my team. Kenga, I'm not as sold on Kenga as I am another mother figure like Big Mama. I feel like Big Mama, if I was gonna do something that she would advise against, she'd share her wisdom, and if I still want to do it, I'd do it anyway, and she's like, all right, learn your lesson. But Kenga would be more like trying to force me to stop. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that, especially as a 32-year-old man who's trying to make his own decisions. Because yeah, I make the wrong ones sometimes, but sometimes I need to learn the hard way. So I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. I could see that working out, but I don't know. Kronk, that is an easy yes. He only does bad stuff because of Yzma. If he was with me, we wouldn't have any of that. He'd make the best food. We would hang out, talk to squirrels, and do exotic bird bingo. I'm here for this. LeFou, I don't want a yes man. I don't want someone to just sit there and say yes to everything. I want a sidekick who's actually going to help me grow and mature as a person. So no. So these are the lemurs from Dinosaurs. So it's Pleo, Yar, Zinni, Suri. They're fine, but I don't like them as much as I do the dinosaur characters. And Zinni's annoying, but everybody else is cool, so they kind of cover for Zinni. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. I can see it working, but Zinni, calm down. Little brother, come on, look at little brother. He's just a cute little pupper. Of course he's on my team. Go hang out, little pupper. Little John, of course he's on my team. Does he get into some trouble? Sure, but I think that's 100% because of Robin Hood. If Robin Hood wasn't trying to steal from the rich and give to the poor, he'd be chill just to hang back and relax in the river like they were doing at the beginning of the movie. I could totally see that. I mean, he's basically Baloo. Spoiler alert for where I'm going to put Baloo on this list. The Lost Boys, I don't know. On one hand, they are loyal, fiercely loyal, but they also get into a lot of trouble. Yeah, they're also kids, and they've got way too much energy, and they're like, let's go play, let's go play, let's go play. And I'm like, I want to sit down. So I think you got to go into Lucky Jack, if he had his lucky foot still, he would be a great lucky charm to have around. But now that he doesn't, he's kind of bringing disasters to him. And as much as I want to stay out of trouble, that's a walking red flag, but he is a good guy. You're gonna go into Angus McBadger, he's pretty cool, a bit of a stick in the mud, but pretty cool, and it'd be nice to have him help me out on my taxes, so I got you there. I have a feeling if everything is working in order, he could kind of relax a bit, so we're gonna go with okay, I guess. The Mad Hatter and the March Hare, I love these characters in the movie, they're one of my favorites, kind of like the Cheshire Cat. I don't know if they would totally be on my side or not. I feel that way about most characters in Wonderland. They seem to just be so odd you can't really tell if they're really your sidekick or not. So they're gonna go into F. Carpet from Aladdin. This is an easy yes on my team. We could fly anywhere. And even though he doesn't have a mouth, he'd be really easy to communicate with. He does really good charades and everyone can understand him. So he must be great at it. Mama Odie. Oh, I love Mama Odie. She can help me out so much. I'd love just to go to her house swamp and just like hear her tell all these great stories and stuff. And she'd make great gumbo. I want to try her gumbo. You're totally on my team. Miko and Flit, together, they get in way too much trouble. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. Don't get into trouble, you two, just chill. Molly and Ratty. I could, you know what? I see a lot of potential here. Cause yeah, Ratty is totally a stick in the mud. But Molly really is so sympathetic and warm, and it's just so endearing that he melts Ratty down a little bit. And with the two of them together, like, Ratty keeps Molly from making stupid, naive choices, and Molly keeps Ratty from being too high-strung. So the two of them together, I think, work really well, and I think they would be really fun to be with. So they're going, sure, that's cool. Mittens, I think, is gonna get me into too much trouble. Then again, once she actually, like, has a home and doesn't live on the street, she doesn't really want to get into trouble anymore, so I see that potential. But once again, I'm allergic to cats, so you're going in the okay, I guess. Mr. Smee, I'm gonna go with okay, I guess, because I don't know how much of him loves doing all of these bad things to everybody, or if that's more of a Captain Hook thing. I think it's more Captain Hook, but I don't know. Mr. Snoops? No. You kidnap a child and force her to do stuff using giant alligators. No, we're not playing this game, Mr. Snoops. No. And speaking of the two alligators, I'm going out of order for a second because I saw them. Y'all are an automatic no too.
These things do happen, and did you stop them from happening? No! And you two, you are as bad as him.
If you can't tell, I don't like them. Napoleon and Lafayette, they're really fun, but I like their antics because they're really giving Edgar what he deserves. And I'm afraid I might be the person on the other end of that, but I'm assuming we'd be pals. Like, they wouldn't be going after me, but I feel like if I said one thing wrong and it'd be a misunderstanding, they'd totally come after me in a motorbike like you're seeing here. So I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. As long as we're on the same team, we're good. Hacha. We're gonna go sit on those East Hills and listen to him sing because you're coming on my team. We're gonna watch the llama herds move together. Just kick it back. Hey, yes. Panchito, Jose is a lot chiller. Panchito is a lot more energetic and in your face, and I feel like the energy might be a bit much, but he is a cool guy. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. We're gonna go there. Pegasus, I want to just throw Pegasus right there, yes, on my team, because, you know, flying horse, who wouldn't want that? But he is pretty jealous. And, you know, as soon as I start giving any more attention to something else, or like I'm working too much, I feel like things would go pretty badly for me. But I think he's chiller than I'm making him out to be. I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. Pluto, what can I say about Pluto? He's an amazing dog. So he's just gonna go on my team. I love dogs, and Pluto is a great dog. He's loyal, he's caring, he's protective. He's basically everything you want in a dog. Baymax! Baymax would be so helpful, because then I wouldn't have to run to the doctor for a million things. I could just ask him. It'd be so helpful. He would get me into some trouble, but at least it would be comically fun trouble. You're going and sure, that's cool. I could see that working, Baymax. Baloo is an easy choice on my team. We're gonna hang out with the bare necessities and just enjoy life. Get a couple of pom-poms and a prickly pear. It's gonna be great. Ben from Treasure Planet. Ben, I feel like all he do is just follow me around and yell every 5 minutes. I don't know if I want that. I'm gonna go with, he's got a good heart, but dude, calm down. Cleo, I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. Because I don't remember her doing anything abnormally great, but I don't remember her doing anything abnormally bad. I feel like she's just gonna hang out in her fishbowl. I'll wake up in the morning and say, like, hello, Cleo, and that's about most of the interactions we're gonna have. Cogsworth, kind of like Bagheera, when everything's working in order, I don't think he's quite as high-strung, and since I like to keep things in order and chill, I think we'd get along pretty well. Not so well that we'd like be a guarantee, but definitely ensure that's cool. Creeper from the Black Cauldron. No, I don't need you running around in my life going, yes, Brian, yes. No, we don't need that. Get down there with Snoops. Eeyore, he's a sweet character and I love him, but I don't feel like it, even if I tried to make him feel better, I feel like he would just thwart every attempt because he just wants to feel miserable today. And I don't know if I can deal with that every day because I have my own problems to deal with. So I'm sorry, you're going in. I've already dealt with enough depression in my life. I don't need someone else to like remind me of everything going wrong. Figaro is actually a really cool cat. Even though you're gonna lose points because you're a cat and I'm allergic to you, he's probably my favorite like cat sidekick. So you're gonna go into sure that's cool. And this must be saying something. I'm like, I'd be willing to take an allergy pill just to hang out with you because I do like you, Figaro. Fix-It Felix is super helpful. He could fix everything. Although I do think his timidity would be kind of hard to work with because I don't know if I could always trust what he said. Like, oh no, I'm fine, Brian. Everything's fine. Like, I wouldn't know if I could believe that. And that'd be kind of hard to navigate, but he could fix everything. We're going to sure that's cool. Flash, hard no. I need to be able to have a conversation with you that doesn't require an hour to say one sentence. Flounder. Oh, yeah. He would stay out of all the trouble. We would have fun just chilling under the sea. Yes, you're on my team, Flounder. Welcome to the squad. Flower? I'm going to go with okay, I guess. I could see Flower going either way because on one hand, he is a good character. He's a nice guy. But on the other hand, he didn't really do anything that makes me think that we would really work together as like a team. The genie, come on. This is one of the easiest ones. Of course the genie is on my team. Why would he not be on my team? Phenomenal cosmic powers and the comedy stylings of Robin Williams? Yes, please. All day long. Hathy Jr. He is an elephant, and of course I want an elephant as a sidekick, but he is still a kid elephant, so I feel like he kind of runs the risk like the Lost Boys do of getting annoying, but he seems much calmer and much more reserved than them, so I can see it working far better. So I'm gonna go with sure that's cool. Iago, I love Iago, but I don't know if I could have Gilbert Godfrey yelling into my ear every day, all the time. I think that get old really quick. And yes, he did have a change of heart in Return of Jafar and the series and things, but even then he was still kind of annoying and narcissistic, so no, I'm sorry, Iago. Jacques and Gus, they're cool characters, and I do enjoy them. They're really cool. I like them. They do get into some trouble, but I feel like as long as I don't have a cat, they're not going to get into that kind of trouble. And they work hard to like make really cool things. So I'm going to sure that's cool. King Louie, I kind of didn't know if to call him a sidekick because he's technically a villain because he kidnaps Mowgli. All he really wants is just for Mowgli to tell him how to make fire. And I feel like he just wanted it as a status symbol. And he acted like a sidekick minus the whole kidnapping Mowgli thing. So I counted him as a sidekick because I like him. He's going and sure that's cool. I feel like he could reform. Lewis from Princess and the Frog. You are on my team. I love jazz. I love alligators. Let's go hang out. We're going to chill in the bayou. I will sing along with your trumpet. We're going to start a band, and it's going to be awesome. Lumiere, as much as I love the character of Lumiere, I do think he's going to get me into some trouble. I know he is kind of like the maitre d' and everything, but he loves to push the envelope all the time, which sometimes is good to have, like, in a friendship, but other times... And it does work for him in Cogsworth, and if I'm one of the two more than the other, I'm more Cogsworth than Lumiere. I can see that working. You know what? I'm gonna go with sure that's cool. Maui is interesting because on one hand, he can change into any animal. That's just awesome. And he has so much strength and power. But the other part of me is he was kind of a narcissist through the whole movie. He was a charming narcissist, but not really fun to be around. He's fun to watch. But yeah, if I was in Moana's shoes, I think he would have gotten under my skin pretty quick. He did have a change of heart at the end of the movie, though. So I'm going to go with okay, I guess. I can see that one going either way. Maximus, well, you're definitely going to be protected, that's for sure. The horse will never calm down, though. So I feel like every time you're going to be just trying to hang out, he'll be like, danger, danger, danger. But as we see him in the series, he does calm down at times. So yeah, you know what? You're going to go and sure that's cool. Mrs. Potts. She's so warm and caring and kind, but I do feel like she might try to mother me a little too much. So you're going and sure that's cool because I feel like you toned down a lot on that, kind of like Big Mama would. Mushu is a really fun character and probably my favorite character in Mulan, but I don't know if I'd want him as my sidekick. And I feel like he's going to accidentally get get me into a lot of fights, yelling at somebody, calling him a limp noodle. We don't need that. So you're going in okay, I guess. You would start too much trouble, but you are very charming, and I do like you. Olaf is so fun and innocent, and yeah, the facts and trivia would get kind of annoying, and his incessant asking why would kind of get annoying too, kind of like a kid, but he's so warm and endearing. So you know what? He's going, sure, that's cool. Huh? Sure, that's cool. See what I did there? Cool. Because he's snow. Cool. Pascal, easy on my team. He's so loyal and fun and can blend in everywhere. He's very useful. Phil, I don't know about Phil. If I told Phil like I wanted to lose some weight or something, I feel like he'd push me too hard to where I might just kind of give it up. But at the same time, he would give me some pretty good motivation. I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. I can see that going either way. Piglet, I love Piglet, but he's always scared all of the time, and that's a lot of energy. And I'm like, I kind of need you to calm down, man. So you're going in okay, I guess. Rabbit, yeah, no, even when things are going well, you're still a stick in the mud. So no, yeah, I don't think that would work. Ray the Firefly, grab your accordion. Let's play some Zydeco. I'm in the bayou with you and Lewis. We're going to have a great... Oh, you're going to join our band. You're going to join our band with Lewis. Rhino, we could talk all the pop culture nerd stuff together, and I'm here for it. Ring, ring. Who is it? Destiny? I've been expecting your call because you're joining my team. Scuttle is a good character with a good heart, and he really cares about his friends, but at the same time, I also feel like he has to be right on everything. He's gonna make something up and just stick to his guns that is 100% like true. So I'm gonna go with okay, I guess, because that could get really old, but I also know in a jam he would have my back. Sebastian, kind of like Bagheera, I think when everything's going well, he's not a stick in the mud anymore, and he can be a lot of fun. And plus, he can play some amazing music, so you're still going and sure, that's cool. Sheriff of Nottingham, I'm so torn on, because on one hand, I really weirdly like the Sheriff of Nottingham. I think he's a really fun villain. Like, so much so, if he wasn't doing bad things, like, I could easily see us being friends. But that's the thing, he also seems to really enjoy those mean things, so I wouldn't like it if he did those things. You're going in okay, I guess, even though I really like you. Because him, I feel like I'm on the extremes. If he did none of the bad stuff, he would be immediately on my team. But if he did all the bad stuff, he's a nope. So it's just like, I'm putting you right down the middle because you're on both ends of the spectrum in my brain. Star's fine. It can make animals talk, which is great. But on the other hand, then as soon as the animals could talk, they started singing, and I didn't like the song. So I don't know if I want him to make all the animals talk if they're going to sing like that. So you're going in okay, I guess. You didn't do anything bad, but you didn't do anything great either. Sven is an easy yes on my team. He's so loving and caring and just wants to help out everybody. He's got this big old dopey grin, and I love it. And especially if Kristoff was there to help narrate for him, that'd be a lot of fun. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, their magic would be very helpful, but their bickering, the bickering would get really old really fast. You're going in okay, I guess. Thumper is a good kid. He's got a big heart, but once again, like a lot of the other kids, the energy. I need you to calm down, man. We're gonna go with When your name is literally Thumper because you have that much energy that your foot's always thumping, that's a key that you might be too hyper to be around me all the time. Timothy Q. Mouse. If you are looking for moral support and someone to lift you up and to really like push you on to achieve great things, which I would love in a sidekick, you want Timothy Q. Mouse. On my team you go. Penelope, I'm not sure on, because on one hand, she is a cool character, but on the other hand, she would get into so much trouble. And on the other hand, she's got a lot of energy, which would wear me out. But then on the other hand, the candy and sugar rush looks amazing and I'd love to eat some. But on the other hand, her favorite game is like Slaughter Race. And there is so much trouble to get into there. Yeah, no, the trouble. I just see us in Slaughter Race and my anxiety's through the roof. You're in an Now, Winnie the Pooh, I debated putting him on this list because I guess it depends on your perspective. Because if you see Christopher Robin as the main character, then Winnie the Pooh is totally a sidekick. But Winnie the Pooh is also the name of the movie. So it kind of implies he's the protagonist. But I'm calling it a sidekick because I want to talk about him and I want him on my team. I want us to chill in the 100-acre woods and eat honey, so he's on my list. Yaks? No. Put on some clothes. Cricky, I could see that. Sure, cool. You can be on my team, but I might need Mushu there as an interpreter, so that's something to consider. Pua's so cute, and I wish he got more screen time. Maybe he'll get more screen time in the sequel, since Hey got a lot in the first one. So Pua, welcome to the squad. Raja is fiercely loyal and is just a really cool character, so sure, you can be on my team. And let's hope that the cat allergy doesn't apply to tigers. Roquefort is a really cool character, and I really think that he is loyal. He will go to the ends of the earth to help his friends. But also, if we weren't in any trouble, he'd just be fine chilling and hanging out, eating a cracker. So, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Rut and Took, they're funny, but I can also see their shtick really getting tired after a while. I might not want them around, and they kind of seem more intrigued with their own thing than helping anybody else do stuff. They're just kind of in their own little world. So I'm gonna go with okay, I guess. The 7 dwarves, I feel like if you get one of the dwarves, you gotta get them all. So I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. As a whole, I think they're a really good team, and I think they'd be very helpful and are there to help you when you need it. Sir Hiss is a really fun character, kind of like Sheriff of Nottingham. I like his personality. If he wasn't doing the evil stuff, maybe we could make it work, but he seems to really enjoy the evil stuff, so that kind of makes it hard, so he's gonna go into Raya is also in the magic is really cool, and she has some cool lessons to share, but also she can get annoying. Splat from Strange World is fine. He didn't do anything great, and he also tried to lead people to their deaths. And even though he is a silent character, he's not as good at communicating as Magic Carpet is, because most people can't understand him most of the time. So, you know what? You're going into... I don't really see that one working as well. Legend, what can I say about Legend? Legend's just a dog doing dog things. So sure, he's just a dog. One less leg than the rest of the dogs on this list, but he's still just a dog. Tantor is an interesting case, because on one hand, yes, elephant. I want elephants on my team, but I already deal with a lot of anxiety, and Tantor's like a 5-ton ball of anxiety, and I feel like he would come up with new things for me to be anxious about that I never thought of before. But I also know that when the chips are down, he will put all of his fears aside and go help and do all that, and when they're having a good time, he can let loose and have fun too. So you know what? Sure, that's cool. Would you spike my anxiety from time to time? Sure, but I think overall we can make it work. Turk would get us into all the trouble. Tigger is really fun, and I love his energetic personality, but sometimes he can get too energetic. But I could really see that one working. I could see that one working. Timon and Pumbaa, easiest on my team ever. We will live the Hakuna Matata lifestyle, chill in the jungle, and I am here for it. Tinkerbell, her pixie dust is really useful. She could really fly off the handle at times, so I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. She's super helpful, but I'm afraid I'm gonna say something to accidentally offend her, and then she's gonna be mad at me. Toby from the Great Mouse Detective. Look at Toby. Toby's automatically on my team. Look at that. I love hounds. Look at Toby. He's such a good boy. Morph is cool. Could get a little annoying, but overall, I feel like he's more helpful than anything else, and he's always there to brighten your mood. I'm gonna go with sure, that's cool. Tuk. He doesn't really do a whole lot other than he's mainly a form of transportation, but he's not a bad character either. Sure, that's fine. It'd be easy to get around. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, kind of like the rest of the Alice in Wonderland characters. I don't really know if you're on my side or not, so you're kind of an enigma. You're going over there. Valentino, he was probably one of my least favorite parts of Wish. And I'm sorry, I love Alan Tudyk. I really do. But this, he just did not work, and I was annoyed with him for most of the movie, so I'm sorry, but no. I don't need you telling me every 5 seconds when your butt found something. White Rabbit, I could kind of tell would be on my side more than the other characters, but still, I'm not totally sold, so you're going into also. What are these? The Will brothers from Home on the Range? I'm trying to remember what their names are, but it's like the 3 brothers. I don't even remember their names. Editing Brian, put on the screen what their names are. I don't remember. Certainly make me feel smarter being in the same room with them. Once again, I feel like I'm gonna get a bunch of yes men like I had with LeFou, but even worse because they're dumber. So no. So this is Asha's friends from Wish. So this includes everybody but Asha and Stars, the knockoff 7 dwarves. I do not remember their names, and I'm not going to go look them up. Like, they were supportive enough, but they just seem so bland. I feel like there's a million other characters on this list who do a lot better. So you're going to And then Zazu, as we've learned from the sequel materials and the shows and things, he can be a stick in the mud, but when the chips are down, he's there and he's got your back. So I'm going to go with sure, that's cool. So that is my sidekicks tier ranking. If you guys want to do this for yourself, this exact tier that I use, I left a link in the description. Anybody can go play it if they want to. And let me know in the comments, which sidekick would you want to be your sidekick? And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!